You look good.
When I started to want She's already missed it.
Yeah, of course I know who you are. How are you? Really well in yourself. Love that. You're very not boy. No, no, no. Sorry.
This Jason shot.
I'm just going to put it down. Thanks. Appreciate it. Just give me a second. Yeah, but it's been too close. What? It's been too close.
You believe it's one year long, right? A year and 13 days later, would it be celebrating 1 year anniversary? See, I do everything. I'm not that short, I'm just anxious. No, you guys are just got everything wrong. We are ready to start. We're gonna ring the bell for the bridesmaids when they make their. And then afterwards we're gonna close the doors, and then when the bride is ready, we're also gonna ring the bell. And then so that we stay. Yes, thank you.
The G's, 92%.
Hello, there we go. Great stuff. I'm Stefan. I'm going to be the officiant for today. I hope that you are all settled in and ready for a beautiful ceremony. I am going to ask everybody to please remain seated. Bridesmaids are going to make their way down. They're going to ring the bell first. They're going to make their way to my right-hand side. Then when the bride's ready, they'll close the doors first, ring the bell once more. Then I'll ask everybody to stand up for us. Please remain standing. We're going to open for welcome prayer. After the prayer, I'll ask everybody to take their places. So enjoy today with them. Philip, are you ready? Great.
If you do 2 days,
93.
Here we are, we found the day, like we always prayed. What I see the future brings to you and me one day. Hold on to this day, and keep inside your heart such faith that we'll walk along the path God made. And our Father's spoken, and this life we've chosen will help us follow your plan. And I can't profess that I understand it, but I see me holding your hand. Heaven made your hand to complement my hand, like heaven made to complement your heart. Heaven gave you love to complement my love. So one day we will love the way that God intended for us. Make these hearts entwine with yours. Jesus, lead the way. What we've seen, all that we've learned, built up to this day. And our Father's spoken, and this life we've chosen will help us follow your plan. I can't confess that I understand it, but I see me holding your hand. Here we are, we found the day like we always dreamed.
I'm going to ask the guests to please stand for the walking of the bride.
You look so wonderful in your dress. I love your hair like that. The way it falls on the side of your neck, down your shoulders and back. We are surrounded by all of these lights and people who talk too much. You got the kind of look in your eyes as if no one knows anything but us. Should this be the last thing I see? I want you to know it's enough for me. It's all that you are is all that I'll ever need. So in love, so in love, so in love, so in love. You look so beautiful in this light, your silhouette over me. The way it brings out blue in your eyes is the tenerife sea. You love the voices surrounding us here, they just fade out when you take a breath. Just say the word and now we'll disappear. You will. Should this be the last thing I see? Won't you?
We're going to open with a prayer. As we're standing, if that's something that you're familiar with, just close your eyes with us and we will welcome everyone present as well. God, we are thankful for a beautiful day and two beautiful people that are coming together. Being united before family and friends, you've willed it that these two people share their lives with one another. And we ask that as you were in the past, in this moment, in the future, will be present. We don't need to invite you, you always are. Where love is, you are present. Thank you for your grace and the time that we spend together. May our words and our actions be filled with your love as well. Amen. Amen. Thank you. You may take your places. I'm going to ask the two of you to just turn to one another and have a look in each other's eyes and tell one another, I love you, but no words. Just with the eyes. I'm sure that you were able to do this during lockdown a lot of times, just to look in each other's eyes. I'm just going to move this to the side. And but it's not just important to have a look in each other's eyes but it helps us to be present in this moment. And I know there were other moments that you planned and that you played out in your mind, like the 1st of May and then the 12th of February, and now suddenly we are here. Can you imagine, a year later almost, and you still look in love like the first time that you met, and the one that dared I say I love you first Seems like a good choice to do that. So congratulations to the two of you. Gina, I want to start with you. Beautiful place, beautiful day it turned out to be. All those little lists you can tick off. That last one, walk down the aisle.
Done.
Beautiful, it's done. So take a deep breath, congratulations. And then Philip, I had a look at the shoes as you walked in with the guys and the little bow tie. I wouldn't go as far as beautiful, but I'll stick with thankful that you're next to your beautiful wife. Let's keep it with that. You're really, really thankful that you're standing next to her. Friends and family, we are gathered here to share with the two of them a really important moment. And we want to welcome each and every one of you. You play such an important part in their life. That's why they chose you to be present, to be here with the two of them, to enjoy with them, to celebrate with them. It is a celebration. It's a celebration of love, of two people, as I prayed as well, two beautiful people being united before family and friends. And talking about beauty, if you don't mind, let me just come around. Let's just do this.
Standard.
Yeah, it's standard. We have to. We have to. There we go.
I have to. Not because I think I need to or am so important to be in your pictures, but it's important as a memory. And that's what today is about. Making new memories. And as I've just said, you have so many other memories, and you have a history, and you dare to say I love you, and still be together, and still reach out for each other's hands. But each and every moment, I think, is a memory to really be present. I know in your home, if it happens the same, Philip, but Wendy, my wife, when dishes need to be done or help around the house, then she'll start off with Stefan, and then Stefan, and then Stefan. Now we have to act with a song back. Something needs to happen. Jokingly, so just help me to be present. Come out of my little nothing box and to be there. And I think we need to really just remind one another that I need to be and you need to be present to me and have a look in each other's eyes. The children, as the two little ones were walking in, I was reminded at some stage my little ones were playing around two girls, and they had some friends over. And I asked, this is maybe a great time to ask them about love, because if I dare to ask them, they'll be really truthful about what they think of love and how to love and when they've experienced love. So I asked the little ones playing around, tell me about your experience and how you have really felt this thing, because love needs to be felt. You know, I can talk a lot, and I can give you Hebrew words and Greek words, but you need to experience it. When you saw her, when those doors opened and your eyes met, those butterflies, when our eyes meet in a very busy room, you just know we can be present, we are safe. And that's exactly what this little one said. She said, love is when you tell a guy you like his shirt, and then he wears it every day. So I presume you chose that. So, and then the other one says, when someone loves you, the way they say your name is different. You just know your name is safe in them. And I think that's exactly it. You know that you can be safe. When you take each other's hand and reach out to one another, you know this is a place where I can be home. I can really just be myself. There's no fakeness standing in front of us. There's no part that you say, I'll give you this, but you can't have this, Philip. I'm giving you all of who I am. The last one then said, when I asked them about love, she said, you really shouldn't say I love you unless you mean it. But if you mean it, you should say it a lot. People forget. So we need to remind one another constantly, not just with the words, but with our actions as well, with our life as well, that we are there for one another and truly are present. Obviously, so many different cultural icons try to put the feeling or the experience of love into words, and through poems and through music. So this one writer at some stage, and maybe more a reminder for you today, Gina, he started off and he said, he's not perfect, and you aren't either. And the two of you will never be perfect, but if he can make you laugh at least once, causes you to think twice, and if he admits to being human and making mistakes, hold on to him and give him the most you can. He isn't always going to quote poetry. Don't strike me as the one who writes little poems. Straight up. He isn't going to quote poetry. He's not thinking about you every little moment, but he will give you a part of him that he knows you could break. Don't hurt him. Don't change him. Don't expect more from him when he's able to give. Don't analyze. Smile when he makes you happy, and yell when he makes you mad. And miss him when he's not there. Love hard when there's love to be had, because perfect guys don't exist, but there's always one guy that's perfect for you. In the words of Bob Marley, I'm not sure if you knew anything like that, but that's his experience, trying to put into words this thing that you need to feel constantly and remind another. And I think that's why we are here today. Not just to celebrate, not just to witness to your day, but to feel, yes, life still matters. It's when we hear those soft words that I love you and that you matter, when life matters and life makes sense to us and your life makes sense to one another. Even if there's no one else in this room that understands how these two people can be together, it does not matter, because this is your space. And all our relationships, my wife Wendy and my relationship, and so all the other friends here today, our relationships were different. We act different and we do things different. That's what's so wonderful. There's no other relationship like yours. And later on, when we're going to be reminded with the unity candle as well, that's part of the metaphor, that this little flame that's going to be burning is unique to your relationship. And my advice would be to always try and kindle that flame. And there's different ways. One of a very famous guy, Rob Bell, once came down and he put these actions of love into 3 flames. He said the first little part that we all wish for, we all want in our relationship from a very early age, is that we want to know that there's someone that cares for us. And that's where the little ones come running and they'll jump and you have to catch them, because they would know that you want to care for them. And that's that romantic part as well to an adult relationship, where we know that we can just be who we are. Those are the fun moments, the falling asleep, binge watching your favorite series. It's those moments that you just know, yes, this makes sense. But then at some stage, our relationship moves into a new season and we then commit to one another. And he puts it in 3 different words. He says there's raya, and then there's ahava, and then there's dode. Now this one part is this friendship relationship, and then the second part is this commitment. That's where the 2 of you are standing today as well, saying that I want to unite my life to yours. I want us to be together, facing life in the same direction as you take hands and take on this life. And then the third one is this, this fun, romantic part as well, the dode and the intimate part actually of a relationship. That's where he says, this flame helps us to know that this is us, and there's no other like us. And that's the intimate part of our relationships. And he says what sometimes does happen is that we try to keep a relationship the little flame burning with either one of these parts. So we see it so often where couples, after many years of marriage, are just in it for the sake of the children. But there's no fun anymore, there's no lightness, there's no joy, there's no laughter anymore. It's just commitment, and we have to. But then we see on the other side where a lot of couples fall into the idea of if it's just fun and it's just intimate, but there's no commitment, there's no place that they can come back to. Then we experience only half of what the flames, or third of what the flames should actually be in our relationship. And later on, when you do light that candle, I would wish that you experience this fullness, this coming together of all 3 of these flames in your life as well. And every time that you're unsure, that you'll come back to that moment and remind one another, we've lit this candle together. And so may we light the candle in each other's lives constantly as well. One little reading from the Velveteen Rabbit. Marjorie Williams wrote a little nursery rhyme book, 2 toys playing around, and the one asked the other one about life and relationship, and he started off and asked, what is real? Asked the rabbit one day. When they were lying side by side near the nursery fender, before Nana came to tidy the room. Does it mean having things that buzz inside you and a stick-out handle? Real isn't how you're made, said the skin horse. It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really loves you, then you become real. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse. But he was always truthful. When you are real, you don't mind being hurt. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, you asked, or bit by bit? Doesn't happen all at once, said the skin horse. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily, or have sharp edges, or have to be. Most of your hair has been left off. Because once you are real, said to people who don't understand. And I'm sure these people understand. And that's why the two of you are able to be present and to be beautiful and to be present to one another. Some things are loved because they are valuable, and other things are valuable because they are loved. And I'm going to ask the two of you now to take each other's hands, because I think that's the most valuable thing that you are receiving today, the gift of being here for one another. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves to take a day out or a day night without the influence of others or the phone, and then to begin to light the little flames of friendship and of passion. In a world where love is defined in so many different ways, it is encouraging to know that I can hold on to a definition of love that doesn't leave me falling down like a deck of cards, a definition that brings hope and warmth to this world. Because when we are close to you, we experience part of your relationship, part of your love, and we want to then take that further as well. Philip, maybe lastly for you, as you're holding this gift that you are receiving, maybe just a reminder, because I'm sure, very sure, that at some stage the question will come, do you still love me? And how do I look in this dress? So my help or my advice would just be, never hesitate. Either or, if it's right or wrong, just don't hesitate. But if you do find it in your heart to have today to use a couple of words, these couple of words that helped me in the past, and maybe just for you as well. If she does ask you, do you still love me, you can just answer, Philip, well, to love is to suffer. And to avoid suffering, one must not love, but then one suffers from not loving, and therefore to love is to suffer. Not to love is to suffer, and to suffer is to suffer, and to be happy then is to love, but happy is to suffer. You got that part. But suffering makes one unhappy, therefore to be unhappy one will love to suffer or suffer from too much happiness. So the one to say is really Adam, just keep on loving. That's what you are giving to one another. You already have the gifts within you to be the husband and wife that we want to become to one another. We have this old saying that goes, the moment you think you know me, you have killed me in your presence. You never get to that place where you have known each other completely. Always be surprised. The little things that sometimes does irritate us, be a surprise and help us to grow together as well. As you're holding each other's hands, I'm going to ask the two of you, Philip and Gina, to have a look in each other's eyes and just be here. Take a deep breath. These are the hands of your best friend. They're young, they're strong, and they're full of love for you. They're holding yours on the wedding day as you love each other and promise each other to love one another for always. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build a loving home and brighter tomorrows. These are the hands that will passionately love you, that will cherish you through the years, that will comfort you like no other and support your dreams. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears of joy from your eyes. These hands will always be loving and caring for you. These are the hands that will hold you tight through times of struggle, give you strength and share your burdens. And lastly, these hands, even when wrinkled and aged, will still be reaching for yours, giving you the same unspoken devotion to hold on to the one thing only the two of you know how to give to one another, the love that you share with each other. Philip and Gina, I remind you that marriage is a precious gift. It's a lifelong dedication to love and a daily challenge to love one another more completely each and every day. As the saying goes, happy marriages begin when we marry the one we love, and they blossom when we love the one we've married. So your relationship will also blossom. We're going to go over to the legal part of our ceremony. Philip, if you are ready, I'm going to ask the legal question for you first. Gina, I'm going to ask exactly the same question, so if you're unsure, you just answer what you answered, then we'll be safe. Philip, as you are holding her hand, please answer to the following. Philip, do you declare that as far as you know, there's no lawful impediment against your proposed marriage to Gina? Do you accept all those present as witnesses that you're taking home your lawfully wedded wife? What is your answer?
I do.
Now I'm going to ask you, and if you first have to look around and make sure who is present, you can do that as well. Will you please answer to the following? Do you declare that as far as you know, there's no lawful impediment against your proposed marriage to Philip? And do you accept all those present as witnesses that you're taking him to your lawfully wedded husband? What is your answer?
I do.
That's good. True love is something beyond the warmth and the glow and the excitement, and as I've just mentioned, the romance of being in love. It's caring as much about the welfare and happiness of a marriage partner as about your own. It's not a total absorption in the self. We have enough selfies in this life. We need people that are looking outward into each other's eyes, seeing other people for who they are and how they can be. Real love is not that total absorption. It's looking out in the same direction. Like love makes burdens lighter because you divide them. It makes joys more intense because you share them. We all had that experience where we see something we just, the other one's not present. We just feel, shucks. It's a moment lost. Let there never be moments lost. I'm going to ask the two of you, if you are ready to please have your vows ready as well. You're going to be presenting your own vows to one another. Philip, again, we're going to start with you. I'm going to hand you this microphone in just a moment. If you will, then please present your vows towards you.
Thank you.
I, Philip Dransfield, take you, Gina Ghisleni, to be my wife. I promise to support you and stand by you from this day forward in times of joy, sorrow, and everything in between. I promise to support your dreams, but also differences. I promise to love you unconditionally and without hesitation, even in the mornings. I promise to work hard to support and take care of you and our family. I promise to always be honest with you and to listen to you. I promise to be patient with you and to always encourage you. Gina, you are the love of my life, and I feel blessed to have found you. From our first kiss to our last breaths, my love for you won't end. You make every day brighter, and I can't wait to start a family with you. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and faithfulness to you.
Why are you so good at this? Philip, my love, I promise to be your faithful, loyal, and loving wife until I breathe my last breath. I promise to laugh with you through the great times and to hold your hand when life gets hard. I promise that I will be there by your side through it all. You're my best friend and my soulmate, and today you become my husband. I know it won't always be easy, but I know we'll always have each other and the support, guidance, and love of everyone here to help us always see that life is better together and what we have is worth fighting for. You're my forever person, and I promise to love you so much in this life and the next.
Wow. I'm then going to ask for the rings, please. You are ready to present the rings to the two of them.
Sorry for the big fingers. Sorry.
He guarded this with his life. Make sure that it's... Bride and the groom will now confirm their vows that they've just promised to one another. The rings are a token and a pledge of the love and the loyalty that you have promised to each other. It's a custom to exchange rings. As the rings have no end, so should your love have no end. As the rings are made of pure metal, symbolizing purity, so should your relationship be pure. And as often as either of you see these rings, you will be reminded of this moment and the endless moments that you've just promised to one another. But I'm going to ask you, ready to please present her with a ring, and will you repeat after me? I, Philip,
I, Philip,
give you, Gina,
give you, Gina,
this ring as a symbol of my commitment to love, honor, and respect. Gina, I'm going to ask you, if you're ready, please present him with a ring. Will you repeat after me? I, Gina, give you, Philip, this ring as a token of my love and a sign of my promise. I'm then going to ask the two moms to please come to the front. They're going to be assisting us with the lighting of the unity candles. Beautiful image of something new being created. As the bride and the groom have benefited from the love and the devotion and the guidance of those standing with them, that have come before them, in whose memory they light these candles as well. I would love to do a blessing for the two of you, if that's in order. For your family and friends, those that are, again, familiar with the traditions, you can just, as you are seated, close your eyes with us. I'm going to pray for the two of them, but I know there's all of us have best wishes for them. Maybe use these couple of moments in your own words as well to wish that on them while I do a blessing. God, thank you that from the beginning, as we've prayed, we know that you have been present in their lives. You've guided them with wisdom, with strength. You've brought them together. You've united them. Thank you. It's not just by words that they've done this, but by action as well. And I ask for their future, that you will always be present, that you will be their guiding light, as this little candle is always present and as a remembrance of the light that walks in front of us. May we walk in that light as well, to be a light to this world. May their relationship be a light to others. May their health, and as they vow to one another as well, that your wishes for them to be a family, that will be perfect as well, that you will give them the strength and the courage and the gifts that they need to be there to one another and to their family. Thank you that you've made this relationship a beacon of hope as well, and that we can bless them. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. I'm going to ask the two of you to turn around to your family and friends. And as a reminder, love is patient, and it's kind, and it's not jealous, and it does not brag, and it does not get puffed up, and it does not behave indecently, and it does not look for its own interest, does not become provoked, does not keep account of the injury, does not rejoice over unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth. It bears all things, it believes all things, it hopes all things, and it endures all things. Love never fails. So therefore have been joined together, yet no man put us under, for as much as Philip and Gina have consented together in holy matrimony, have witnessed the same before this company, have pledged their love and loyalty to each other, declare the same by the joining of hands and giving of vows, I therefore pronounce them husband and wife. You may now kiss your bride. Are you happy with the kiss? Do they need to do it again?
The whole day.
Okay. Philip, I'm trying my best. So, I'm going to ask the rest of the guests. We're going to do the signing of the register with the witnesses that have been arranged with. Parents of the bride and the groom can just stay behind for us. The rest of the family and friends, you can just await us on the other side of the bridge. And then we'll introduce Mr. and Mrs. in just a moment. Thank you.
Stefan, must we give you that round there with all of our
Yes, just
Gina, are we going on?
yeah, yeah.
Do we going out late? We'll see you late.
I should say